We've been working to develop a concept on culturally significant entities. Culturally significant entities actually consider plants, animals, ecological communities and really bring in the sense of place. So consider things like our songlines and other components of cultural knowledge. It's a really important concept to get out there in the broader public, because often when we look at our environmental legislation, it protects things like threatened species, migratory species, things that are really based on a Western set of metrics, largely due to population and distribution, whereas culturally significant entities can be things that are quite abundant. They can be things that are used every day, they can be things that are missing from place, and they can really talk to the connection. And so what we're trying to do when we talk about those is we're talking about both country, kin and knowledge. And so those three spheres that are really embedded in Indigenous values rather than Western science metrics. Through the work, what we're trying to do is promote change both at a legislative level but also a policy and program design. From the research that we've done, we've got some key recommendations in quick wins for change. One of those is a voice to country, and so making sure that there is, I suppose, a cultural authority at that national decision-making mechanism that is advising directly to the minister who's making these decisions about whether projects should go ahead around cultural values. And we can also see that acting across government, and particularly around the IPA and ranger space, where there isn't a collective voice. And so that mechanism is really important. What's also really important is about establishing Indigenous science teams within government, also ENGOs and other organisations, so that we can actually embed Indigenous knowledge into things like recovery plans and other decisions that we're making. The other thing that's really important for culturally significant entities is that mob are really concerned about health of country, but what they don't have is like a baseline data set of what's happening with those species. And so, you know, threatened species, we know what's happening with them, but things like the kangaroo, which isn't on a threatened list, we really don't have a good idea what's happening. I suppose nationally we think it's quite secure, but what about those place-based locations? What it really is about having a hook for Indigenous land and sea managers to actually make informed decisions on country that are aligned with their own values.